Hey everyone, it's Dr. Melissa McCreary, and before we dive into this episode, I have a very special announcement and a cool gift for you. If you are beyond ready to create freedom from overeating and from emotional eating in your own life, I have an amazing resource. I am offering a free 5-part workshop, and you're invited. You can attend online from anywhere in the world. There will be replays if you miss a session, and as I mentioned, it is absolutely free. But you have to go to toomuchonherplate.com/register right now and reserve your spot. So go ahead, hit pause, and go to toomuchonherplate.com/register. In the free workshop series, I'm going to cover how to create freedom from overeating with behaviors that are doable and enjoyable instead of the choices that feel like deprivation and hard work. This is not a diet. It is not another food plan. I'm going to show you the 4 pillars that you need to stop overeating and emotional eating in a way that's sustainable, that's energizing, and that is something you want to keep doing so that it lasts. This workshop series is going to be awesome, but you do need to sign up to attend. The easiest way to reserve your seat is to go to toomuchonherplate.com/register. In fact, that is the only way to reserve your seat. Go to toomuchonherplate.com/register, enter your name and email, and we will send you all the information that you need to attend what is going to be an amazing event. Don't put this off. The link to reserve your spot is toomuchonherplate.com/register, and you need to be there. Hit pause, go do it, and then let's dive into today's episode. Hello, everybody. This is a special bonus episode of the podcast that I am recording because if you haven't heard, I have an upcoming free workshop series coming up. And I want to make sure you know you're invited, and I want you to know what you need to do to grab your seat. And B, I've been getting some questions about it, and I want to record this episode to tell you a little more about what it is about, why it is about, and answer those questions for you. First off, the event that I'm talking about is a free 5-day workshop. It is the Freedom from Overeating Workshop for Smart, Busy Women. And if you are listening to this episode in real time, then what you need to know is that the workshop kicks off on Monday, August 7th, and it will run throughout the whole week. If you're listening later in that week, it is not too late to join us and to catch up on the replays. All you need to do, no matter when you're listening, is go to toomuchonherplate.com/register. muchonherplate.com/register. If you are listening to this after the week of August 7th, then all you need to know is that if you go to that link, again, it's toomuchonherplate.com/register, that will then put you on the wait list for future editions of this workshop if I do it again in the future. So what exactly is this workshop series? Here's the deal. What I teach on this podcast and what I teach in my programs and in my coaching with one-on-one clients is all about a brand new relationship with food. A relationship with food that is really different than what you've learned growing up in this culture, what you've learned being exposed to diet culture and diet mentality and endless weight loss marketing, and really different from all the stuff that just seeps into our brain from every single direction, and which, by the way, doesn't work. Because deprivation mentality, which is the opposite of what I teach, is so pervasive, it is not only really difficult to escape, but it is also sometimes very difficult to recognize that you are stuck in it. It's very difficult to see, especially if it is just about all you have ever known. So if you're a smart woman who's been wondering in the back of her mind, maybe secretly wondering, is it really possible for me to change? Is it really possible for me to not want to overeat? Is it really possible to lose my cravings? Is it really possible to not be overeating at night or break the emotional eating habit? Is it really possible for me to change? Or am I different? Is it just me? Can I really change? Or do I really need a stricter diet? Do I need to go in this direction, or should I be listening to some other advice? If you are feeling like maybe this is something I will always fight with, And why does this have to be different from the rest of my life? You are a normal human woman living on this planet. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I really want to encourage you to consider strongly registering for the Freedom from Overeating Workshop Series. We're going to take an entire week where I am going to teach every day live training. I'm going to go live every single day. And yes, you will get replays for that because I know we're all busy, right? But I'm going to go live every single day during the week of August 7th to talk about small, subtle, doable ways that you can start to tune into this new way of thinking, that you can start to create a new approach to your overeating. And I'm going to give you small, doable action steps that you can take to literally begin moving in a new direction. And here's a piece of magic about the workshop series. As we go through the 5 days of live training, and yes, there are replays, one of the reasons that I do this training over 5 days is that you're going to hear some themes. You are going to learn some things in a number of different ways. And you are going to get reminders along the way that are going to help you get clear about the difference between deprivation thinking and what I am teaching you. You are going to start to see, oh my gosh, this is how I get caught in the old way. And this is how it looks different. And oh, wow, this is how it feels different. This is actually what it looks like to implement this stuff. Because it's one thing to listen to a podcast episode and nod your head and think, okay, this sounds good, right? Or realize, wow, this makes a lot of sense. But when we string together 5 days of focusing on this stuff, when I'm able to show you how you can apply it to yourself and to your own life, and even do some Q&A and throw in some coaching in small, doable ways, it makes a huge difference. We're going to progress step by step. Take this step. Think about this. Another piece of magic that happens in the workshop series is that I'm able to give feedback along the way because there's also a private group where we can share ideas and people can share questions and people can talk about what they're working on. And you start to see the ways that your brain is working that are helping you. And you can also start to learn about the ways that you might be getting pulled into self-sabotage or old ways of thinking, the kinds of thinking that keep you stuck, right, on the overeating hamster wheel. So we get to play with a different way of doing things, and you get to practice, and you get to have support, and you get to be a part of a community of other smart women who are interested in really creating lasting freedom from overeating. So that's some of the philosophy about why this is a 5-part workshop series and why I'm offering it to you, because I want to help make the stuff that I'm teaching you in the podcast and in my newsletter and all these different places on social media. I want to help you make it even more practical and useful for you. Okay? So now some questions I've been getting. Some people have asked, okay, wait a minute, 5 days, that's a long time. Do I have to block out all day? No, you do not have to block out an entire week for this. During the workshop series, I will go live once a day, Monday through Friday. And I will give you a little spoiler alert here. There will probably be some bonus sessions. This is another important reason that you want to make sure that you are registered for the event, because I like to throw in bonuses. I like to do some extra trainings. And the only way I can let you know about that is if you're registered. So just to circle back, if you have not reserved your seat yet in the 5-day workshop series, you want to go to toomuchonherplate.com/register. I would highly encourage you to just hit pause right now. The link will be in the show notes, or you can just type it in, toomuchonherplate.com/register. That way you will be enrolled, your seat will be reserved, and I can get you all the information about everything you need to do to attend. It'll help you keep up with the daily action steps and all the pieces of what we're going to be doing during that really amazing week. So the way it works is that once a day during the week of August 7th, I will go live with a short training, do some Q&A. I'm going to give you a mini assignment each day to help you apply what it is that I'm talking about to your life, to customize it, to make it yours. Each day is going to be a different piece of training. Some people have asked, am I just going to repeat the same training every single day? No, each day is a different piece of training. And then over the course of the week, you're going to get the entire framework that I teach inside the Missing Piece program. It will not be the detail, of course, because the missing piece is a 6-month program, right? But you're going to get an overview of the entire framework along with action steps you can take for each piece of it. My goal is that by the end of this week, I will have turned the way you approach changing your eating, tackling overeating and emotional eating. I will have taken that approach and turned it absolutely upside down for you in the best possible way. And this is so important because I feel so strongly that you deserve a better approach than what you have been taught. So many people join your missing piece or they apply to work with me in coaching because they are so tired of going in circles with their eating. They are so tired of losing weight and then regaining it, or working really hard to lose weight and then burning out and ending up gaining more weight. And they're so tired of the space that thinking about food and thinking about weight and thinking about eating and thinking about changing their eating is taking up inside their head. I talk to so many women who just want to move on. When I ask them how they feel, the word that comes up over and over and over again is free. I want freedom. I want freedom from this overeating battle, right? And here's the thing, and I know I have said this before, and I will continue to say it in podcast episodes, but it is so important. If you want to build something new, if you want to create a relationship with food that is your forever relationship with food, not just, something that I'd like to lose 25 pounds, but I would like to lose the 25 pounds and then not think about it anymore. If this is what you want, then you need to approach losing that weight or losing that binging habit or changing the way you eat at the end of the day. You need to approach it in a different way because we all have a relationship with food, and you are going to have a relationship with food for the rest of your life. And the relationship with food that you use to get to your goal is going to be the relationship with food that you end up with after you have your goal. The 5-day Freedom from Overeating Workshop Series is about showing you how you can meet your goals and do it in a way that feels good and do it in a way that empowers you, doing it in a way that is a way that you want to continue for the rest of your life, it's like a path we're going to create for you. It is a path that we're going to create for you. I'm going to show you how to create that you actually want to be on. Honestly, if you have not registered yet for the workshop series, I would love to know what is stopping you. Do not procrastinate and then forget about it and miss the event, right? toomuchonherplate.com/register. Somebody in your missing piece said to me, we were talking about all this stuff, and she said, I just realized that I had this approach that I thought I had to follow. I was operating inside deprivation thinking, right? I had this approach. I thought I had to follow it. It was really strict. It made me miserable. But then I was like, okay, I'm a strong person. I can do it. I can do that until I get to my goal. I can do the hard thing. And then she said, Melissa, you pointed out to me, what are you going to be left with after you get to your goal? You're going to do this thing to get to your goal. And if you get there, this is what I said, it's going to make you miserable. This way of eating that you have said, it's this really hard, miserable slog, but I can do it. What are you going to do after you get there? You won't know what to do afterward, or you won't really want to do the thing afterward, and certainly not for the rest of your life. And what she said to me, she said, that's the whole story of my battle with food and weight. I'm tired of this. I want to do it differently. That, you guys, is what this upcoming 5-day workshop is designed to show you how to do. I am not going to give you a food plan. We're not going to talk about tracking any specific aspect of your nutrition. This is different. I'm going to teach you over the 5 days how to take your power back from food, how to create a foundation that is based on not dieting, how to create a foundation that is based on creating the relationship with food that you want, one that feels good and gets you to your goals. It is possible. You're going to walk away from the 5 days with some simple new habits, and you're also going to walk away from the 5 days having practiced them over the week. We're going to tackle mindset, and not just as a buzzword, but we're really going to go deep with the set of your mind, the way your mind is influencing you in a positive way and in a negative way. We're going to get clearer on what is happening in there and also on how you can shift your mindset really powerfully in ways that affect your confidence, in ways that affect your motivation, in ways that affect your momentum and your perseverance as you move forward. And I have had questions about this. We are definitely covering self-sabotage. And most importantly, we are going to cover the kind of self-sabotage that happens unconsciously. Because for smart, busy women, there are actually things that we do and that we've been taught to think all the time that you have probably been told throughout your life are success strategies. Guess what? Actually, there are some of these things that we do that we think are helping to push us or to motivate us to get further, and they are actually the things that create the obstacles and that in the end sabotage us. We absolutely are going to cover self-sabotage. We're going to talk about some things you may not have considered in the past. You definitely want to be there for that day of the training. And oh my goodness, one of the things that is so important in this 5-day workshop series is that we are going to talk about confidence. I know you're confident in so many areas of your life. I talk to so many smart, amazing women who run the world. And they say to me, in this one area, why in this one area do I not feel the same? Do I not feel as powerful? We're going to talk about that and about how to get your confidence back, how to keep your promises to yourself, how to build your trust in yourself again when it comes to overeating and emotional eating, how to trust yourself again. You know, for so many people, there is guilt and blame and shame. And I'm going to show you how to move beyond all of that so that you can get somewhere productive, right? We're moving toward freedom. One of the things that I value most about the workshop series is that everything I do, whether it is in the free workshop series that is happening August 7th, or in the Missing Piece program, or in my one-on-one coaching programs, everything I do is to reinforce for you that what works for you is going to be unique to you. And so even in this workshop series, this is not a cookie cutter template that you are supposed to fit yourself into. You are going to walk away from the 5-day workshop series with a new knowledge of what it takes and what to pay attention to and how to listen to yourself and how to create a plan that fits you, that fits your life, that fits your preferences, that you know doesn't wear you out, that isn't going to make you tired because it's not realistic. So people, I hope you hear how passionate I am about this. If you appreciate this podcast, you absolutely need to know that registering for the workshop is a no-brainer. Just go to toomuchonherplate.com/register and reserve your spot. And then feel free to share this podcast episode or the registration link with a friend, anybody that you think could benefit from attending the workshop series. Okay, I think I have answered the questions that I have received. I hope that this information is helpful. I hope you've reserved your seat. I'm going to say it one more time because we always get a million questions about it. Yes, there will be replays. You want to try to be there live. I will be doing Q&A. That is the best way to attend the workshop series, but there will be replays. And also, one more thing, the live trainings do take place on Facebook. However, if you are not a Facebook person, I totally get it. And we have made special arrangements so that you can also have access to all the materials in a non-Facebook way. toomuchonherplate.com/register. And yes, again, you can also invite a friend. Yes, there will be replays. So forward this episode, forward this information to anybody that you think would like to attend. And I really hope I will see you in the workshop. I'll talk to you soon. Have you gone to toomuchonherplate.com/register yet and reserved a place in my upcoming 5-day workshop? If you're finding this podcast helpful, you absolutely need to reserve a seat. The Freedom from Overeating Workshop Series for Smart Busy Women takes place online August 7th through 11th, and you want to be there. Over the course of 5 days, less than an hour each day, I'm going to be teaching you the 4-step approach to ending overeating, the one that no one has ever taught you, so that you can stop overeating and emotional eating without the guilt, without superhuman levels of willpower, without feeling deprived, and so you can feel confident and empowered about making changes that last. Grab the link to join me in the show notes, or better yet, go to toomuchonherplate.com/register now and reserve your spot.